Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. There's nowhere to share on Facebook anymore. It's all gone. So I'm done. Yeah, I shut down my group. But nobody's here to listen to that part yet. Oh, Monday. All that controversy. TikTok's up, TikTok's down, TikTok's up, TikTok's down, TikTok. I don't use TikTok, so I'm sure some people my age do. That was 3 days ago. Why are you telling me now? I did that. It was reminding me about a podcast I did on Saturday. Yeah. So we'll see if anybody gets here this morning. I also didn't do I'm going live at today. I don't know how much, honestly, I don't know how much of a difference it makes. So it is weird not sharing to the group and stuff, but I had to install I'd install an extension to get rid of everybody. It was 1,636 people, well, 37, including myself. It took a couple hours to remove everybody, but at least I didn't have to do it. All right. Work smarter, not harder. Man, I thought this one would get people's attention. Ugh. Why do I feel like doing nothing? Yeah, I'm tired. I had to do a lot of stuff this weekend, and that website just wears me the fuck out. So, yeah, let's do today's reading and see if anybody else gets here, and then we'll get to inner child. We're just going to do the reading real quick for today. I'm not going to really cover it. I will, but I won't. It won't be extensive. We pause and we ask. As we go through the day, we pause when agitated or doubtful, and ask for the right thought or action. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 87. Today, I humbly ask my higher power for the grace to find the space between my impulse and my action, to let flow and cooling breeze, to let a cooling breeze when I respond with heat. Well, I don't know. It's like 0 degrees out there. I think I'm going to go for the heat. To interrupt fierceness with gentle peace, to accept the moment which allows judgment to become discernment, to defer to silence when my tongue would rush to attack or defend. I promise to watch for every opportunity turned toward my higher power for guidance. I know where this power is. It resides within me. Good morning, Amber. I was just doing this until people showed up. So I'll finish this and we'll get to inner child, because I wasn't going to let inner child, it's a good topic and I didn't want it to fall on deaf ears or no ears. Yeah. Is it a frostbite warning? I'm so cold I'm sitting on my feet. My feet are cold. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I used to be a spelling Nazi, but I promise to watch for every opportunity to turn toward my higher power for guidance. I know where this power is. It resides within me as clear as a mountain brook hidden in the hills. It is the unexpected inner resource. I thank my higher power for this world of light and truth. I see when I allow it to direct my vision. I trust it today and hope it trusts me to make all the effort to find the right thought or action today. So, good stuff. All right, let's do introductions. For those that you don't know, most of you won't know nor care, but I shut down the Trudging Together group. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Daily Trudge. It's just my feet that are cold. The rest of me is okay. I have the heat cranked, which means the kids are probably upstairs sweating while they're sleeping. Welcome to Daily Trudge. If you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch, this is usually what I'm wearing during the winter. I'm wearing my Dockers. But I go out to smoke. It's my smoking habit. That's why my feet are cold. Let's just fucking call it what it is. But yeah, I did shut down the Trudging Together group. The only reason it had its day, man. It had its heyday. You know, it's just, you know, I spent most of my life living in Colorado and dressing in layers. And some days I just want comfort. Today's one of those days, and I can have it, and it's okay. All right. But yeah, usually, I mean, then I got my hoodie, then I got my jacket. I'm surprised I don't have a shirt on underneath this, but I don't have any white shirts right now. So, undershirts. But yeah, so I don't want anybody to think that I shut it down because it did its thing. And I ran it for 6 years and it's just become stagnant. Honestly, at this moment, you could probably find some groups that are a little bit more interactive going on. Um, but I tell you now, I mean, I've removed a lot of people and stuff and groups and stuff over the last few months, and nobody's asked me a thing. Nobody's even noticed that I was gone. That's fine. Because we're not here for that. So, all right, we're going to talk about the inner child. The inner child refers to the part of your psyche that embodies the experience, emotions, and vulnerabilities you experienced during your childhood. It represents the younger, more innocent version of you that still exists with you as an adult. Right? Now, inner child, of course, is going to be different for us. Why? Because we're alcoholic. We didn't, if you had brothers and sisters, I had brothers and sisters. I did not grow up in the same household as they did. I grew up in the same house, but I did not grow up in the same household. I was treated differently. I acted differently. I was treated differently at school. There are a lot of things in my youth that I did not get to experience because of my mother's drinking. Okay. No, I do not hold on to that today. That's not, I used to blame her for it, but we got to get past that. But now we can use the inner child as a tool. My ankle's starting to hurt, so I got to put my shoes back on. Or maybe, can I sit cross-legged the other way? There we go. How do we do this? All right. Go. No, see, I keep wanting to put that foot up first. But, there we go. We'll just warm that foot up. Where are my cats when I need them? And sit on my feet. Ugh. Get that back on. All right. So our inner child would be, okay, our inner child is kind of what stops us from right and wrong. And it is also our intuition. That's just too uncomfortable to sit like that. Chair's not made for that. My big old legs. I'm all leg, man. How we understand how we use the inner child, because I asked it, how can we utilize it? What can we do? But let's get back to why. Well, a lot of it has to do with emotional sobriety. Um, this failure to grow up from when we started drinking. I'm not feeling all that, you know. Honestly, I don't have that much on my mind. I just I don't feel like it. The only reason I'm doing this was so I could see some of my friends. But yeah, understanding and healing. By acknowledging and understanding your inner child, you can gain insight into your current behaviors, emotions, patterns, and might stem from unresolved childhood experiences. Fourth step. That's fourth step. Fuck. All right. Taking a look back, there are some things that I didn't get to do. I took care of my little brother and sister growing up, but at the same time, I didn't have any friends. It's not like I had something. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not like I had something else to do. I mean, I could have gone out and destroyed the neighborhood. I did a lot of things in my neighborhood as a child to make money. They thought I was an innocent kid just doing stuff, but really, I was manipulating. Like I never turned in my UNICEF box. I turned in all the money after the one, and I won. Whenever it came to like sales at school, I always won. Nobody ever noticed. What did I say earlier when I left all those groups? Nobody noticed. See, that's always been the thing with me. People don't really notice when I'm gone, or they appreciate that I'm gone a lot of time. I'm talking about when I was younger. Maybe not so much now. Right? So identifying triggers, recognizing the inner child's needs and triggers can help identify patterns of behavior or reactions that might be linked to past experiences. Do you color? Do you color as an adult? Nothing wrong with it. That's your inner child. That's where your innocence is coming out, where it brings you comfort. Um, there might be things. Men tend to go to Legos or video games. These are all, I still play video games. I'm almost 55 years old. I still play video games. It's part of my inner child. Yeah. You know, I even when I say, I'm 54, I don't feel it physically. I feel older. But inside, I I still have a hard time understanding the fact that I have children. Yeah, okay. This is part of getting old. It's a drag. Getting this cold just fucking killing my joints. So you can watch me take drugs. You watch me take Tylenol. I, I'm not doing the best on this. I apologize. Reframing past experiences through self compassion and understanding. You can reframe past hurts and traumas, offering the inner child the nurturing and acceptance it might have lacked. Okay. Now, in this case, there might have been things where you thought things that happened in the family were your fault, and they weren't. If you were a kid, it can't be your fault. I'm sorry, that's on your parents. Okay. Now, now I got to move forward a little bit. As a parent, I was an absentee father for a long time. Okay. And I can say that with no shame. I have settled that with my kids. At least I hope so. Okay. Now I'm back in their lives and I do everything that I can. But we have not ignored the past. There are quite a few times I'm talking to my kids and I tell them, "Hey, you remember when dad did this? Yeah, don't do that because you're heading that way right now. That's the way you're going." And I can still use my experience, even though it was bad, to teach my children a certain way not to go into early adulthood here. All right. So, um, but identifying triggers. Maybe your parents got a divorce and you felt like it was your fault. I know when my parents got divorced, um, I was actually happy. I think that pissed them off too. Everybody else was crying. I'm like, I was happy about it because, like I said, I didn't even, you know, I didn't grow up in the same household. And that man treated me like shit. So I was glad he was leaving the house. I'm glad that, because I've always loved my mother, and I was glad that she wasn't going to be with him anymore. What it was my mom got sober. She went to AA, but he refused to go to Al Anon. He refused to become a better person. So therefore, they split up. So yeah, everybody's kind of feeling that, and we all have the day off and stuff. So yeah, I don't feel good. Even my boarding collar, who is a snow bunny, didn't like it. Yeah, my cats went out into the sunroom. They're like, and I went whoop right back in. I'm like, yeah, I tried to tell you, kiddies, but you did not want to listen. You did not want to listen. Um, Maybe if I say this out loud, it'll stop bugging me. I woke up this morning wanting vengeance. I don't know what about. I was like picking in my mind, like, who should I fuck with today? And I'm just telling on myself so I don't do it. Um, there's plenty of people that I could pick on easily enough, but I just, weird how our brain works that way. I'm not scared to tell you what's going through my head. I've already been diagnosed as fucking nuts, so I'm not worried about that. But and I'm not anymore. I'm not as nuts as I was. But yeah, I just thought I'd tell on myself real quick. So reframing the past experiences, though through self-compassion and understanding, you can reframe. We already did that. Past hurts and traumas. Um, that's a big one for us alcoholics. It may not even be the parents or whatever. It could have been the neighborhood kids. Um, so um, that one was tough for me. My Since I decided not to deal with it at an earlier age, what it did is it turned into PTSD, and later on in life it would come out as an anxiety attack, and it would take me years to get back to a good balance. Years and years, even while in the program. So if you're a little bit younger and you've had some trauma in your life, I ask that you go to therapy and get it taken care of, man, because you're going to face those snakes one way or another. But if you make the choice to do it, it's going to be a lot stronger. Don't do it the way that I did it. Okay. All right. Reparenting. Okay. This one's hard. Reparenting involves offering yourself love, support, and understanding that you may have missed as a child, fostering self compassion and healing. Be nice to you. Yeah. Be nice to you. If there's certain things that bring you comfort, why not? As long as it's not hurting anyone else. Hell, maybe you need to take a nap. Go take a nap then. Do what you need to do for yourself, right? Um, I would recommend EMDR, which is done through a therapist. It worked very, very well for me. Connecting with joy and playfulness. We laugh a lot. We laugh a lot, right? Amber and I joke around all the time. We're even joking around on Facebook right now about a Kansas City picture. You know, and it's good fun. You know, um, there's some things there's some things that people like doing, may drawing or building something, crocheting. I mean, there's a million hobbies out there that you might enjoy. You might enjoy spending time by yourself, and being okay with that is a big deal. Is a big deal for us. All right. Tapping into the inner child. So connecting with joy and playfulness. Tapping into the inner child can reconnect you with joy, creativity, and spontaneity that you may have lost over time. I know I've lost my spontaneity. I'm not big on sudden things. I like plans. Now, that means I won't do something spontaneous, but the closest I get to spontaneity is, are you gonna go to this meeting? Well, I wasn't planning on it, but yeah, I'll go. That's as close to spontaneity as I've gotten so far. But I've gotten better. I've gotten better at that. But I usually need a little bit of time when it comes to that. But yeah, I'm the person where if I go into Toys R Us and there's a red button that says press this button, I'm pressing it. I'm pressing it. Okay. There there are parts of me that are still very, very young. Very, very young. I was always told growing up that you are wise beyond your years. You're wise beyond, and it always drove me nuts. I'm like, I don't want to be older. I don't want to be wise beyond my years. It separates me. And the compliments that I would hear, I'm like, I didn't buy them. Even if they were true, it was hard for me to buy them because I was called a lot of different things by my it was mostly my dad. My mom usually I don't think she knew what to do, right? Improving relationships. Understanding your inner child can help you improve relationships by recognizing your needs and patterns in interactions with others. So, recognizing your needs and patterns in interactions with others. That's going to kind of be an expectation if you go that route. You know, um, it does improve relationships. Well, you'll find that you'll have similarities with other people, right? Like, let's say it's coloring. That just keeps coming into mind because we align. I know a lot of people color. They have the adult coloring books and things like that. Um, I remember, and this was, yeah, where you might have similarities. But the thing is when you're supplying what it is that you need by tapping that unsuspecting inner resource, then you'll find that you don't need it from people as much, and you can interact more. You can be more a part of instead of trying to utilize those people to fulfill our needs, right? Self acceptance and self love. By accepting and nurturing your inner child, you can cultivate a greater sense of self acceptance, self compassion, and self love. This is important because we're going to need to learn how to forgive ourselves on a daily basis because we do stupid shit sometimes. All right. Methods: journaling, meditation, visualizing, letter writing, revisit joyful memories. Recall and relive positive childhood memories. Yeah, there, yeah, there aren't any. I would say I cannot remember a joyful time with that man. I cannot remember one. I'm not saying there wasn't. I just can't remember them. So, all right. I just didn't have the brain for this. So, all I did was really read. I didn't add much. I didn't add much. So, mostly I just want to go back to bed. What is the inner child in simple terms? An inner child is a psychological concept that represents the childlike aspects of our personality and emotional state. It is a metaphorical way of describing the younger parts of us that can sometimes emerge when we are faced with stressful or traumatic situations. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I hope that you have a good day. I love you. Peace out and have a